Something's poking me. Something was poking me. Sorry, that's not how you should start a stream, by the way. If you're watching to learn how, you should probably go over to somebody else's stream to learn how. How are you beautiful tubers doing tonight? Listen, not supposed to be coughing either, guys. This is an exciting night. I wasn't. Been a rough day. Okay, I learned today that I have gotten grossly out of shape. I know. You're thinking, but expert, you're the super buff ultra bravo. No, wait. What is it? Ultra bravo's not it. Alpha. Bravo's second. That's beta, maybe. No, alpha. So you're thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, not so much. I'm sorry, I'm just a goober that didn't grow up. So anyway, you guys, we're just gonna jump into it. Okay. We're gonna jump into the night. I will say hi to you guys throughout the night because I want to get this going because I know that this is something that will um people will hopefully be coming back to a lot because this is so fascinating. Last night, a content creator, I've been following her. I found out about her through Jeff. I'm going to say his name, Ostroff, I think it is. He's an engineer. He's got a neat channel. He's down in Florida. And anyway, when the Titan submersible thingy went pop, that's when he suggested everybody go check out her reconstruction of events. And I've been following her ever since then. And I did see one thing, which we're going to watch also tonight. But last night she had a new update, and this is what was the main thing. When I go over this, and I'll show you guys. Oh man, I'll be going to share with you guys my holy cow moment. For me, it's personal. It's going to be different for everybody, and of course, we're going to have a very different take on it tonight from last night. But this is what I want to get out of this. Is I want to compare and contrast. We've seen a lot of lately dealing with Karen Reed, John O Keefe. The John O Keefe murder. I say dealing with Karen Reed, innocent Karen Reed. It is the but anyway, John O Keefe is who died, right? And he got hit by a car supposedly, and all this other stuff. And there was a thing about blood splatter there. Well, we have tonight the Brian Kohberger reconstruction of the blood splatter scene from when Brian Kohberger, I don't even know their names, but it's the Idaho 4. These are the two girls that were upstairs that were in bed together. It was Maddie's room, is what I remember it as. And it is fascinating. And when you think about what we've been covering with like Emily C and everybody else doing the John Keefe stuff, right? The investigation part blew my mind. I mean, it's gone, but it's gonna be a wild night. And I see Lost Souls is here. Lost Souls is the person to follow for the all the Brian Kohberger stuff. She knows Brian Kohberger forward, backwards. I think she knows his cell block number too. It's amazing. It's amazing. No, she really is. She's the expert on the Kohberger stuff. If you guys want to see anything, check out Lost Souls. She has got it all. But oh yeah, see, there you go. Thank you, Lost Souls. See, she's like right now, she's like shaking her head. I cannot believe you don't know the names. Well, I know the names when I see them. But I can't think of the names off the top of my head. But yeah, Madison Mogen is whose room it was in. So if you go upstairs, guys, there's some really good material out there on this. And this person I'm going to share with you tonight. I need to find, where'd she go? I got another thing for her. Is this it? This one I need to hit? It is. I hit that and then got distracted, didn't I? Where's the other video? Oh, we'll find that later. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring this up. I'm gonna probably have a hard time with. I never get it right. All right, so here we go. So here you go. You guys can see it. All right, cool. So let me fix my screen so it looks proper. I do this, and it's how do you pronounce it? It is Azget Industries is her name. And if you, why don't I have that stuff pulled up? This girl has 19 videos. It's amazing. She is so talented. I wish there was more, but she is trying to become a real life person. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. So like she has I think she was working on her degree in like CGI, computers, all that stuff. And she was interested in true crime stuff or I don't know. The first thing was the Titan sub. And this is her rendition of the stuff. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hey, Miami, how you doing, babe? Squid, what's going on? T42. Kelly Rager, how are you doing, Farrell? And I saw Mitchell earlier, and Amy's here. Melissa Jane, I almost called you Melissa Spice. Oh my gosh, what is happening to me? Oh my gosh. I'm so. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. Y'all, did I tell you I didn't feel good today? I was exhausted, so exhausted. I'm way out of shape. I'm not the ultra buff MAGA dude or whatever. Alpha dude. I need to get a shirt or a hat that says that so I can get caught up. All right. Sorry, guys. Last night I was so excited about this. I was like, I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna set up a stream for this and everything. And I barely made it out of the house today. I had a meeting at 2 today, and I was like, oh gosh. I got there on time. It was good. I was welcomed. I stayed longer than I thought I would. Something's happening. I just got a beep. Am I dead? I'm dead. Oh my gosh. I have other life stuff happening too, is what I just got a beep from. Sorry, guys.
Of what happened to the Idaho for college students in Moscow the night that Brian Kohberger unalived them. With all that new evidence, I made a new illustration to show what investigators believed happened, and this first recreation will focus on Kaylee and Maddie in Maddie's room.
So she's going to do another one.
This is Maddie's room.
Look at this, first of all. Now, this gets me. Like, when I first saw this, I was like, I'm like, blue. I'm like, oh, that represents the blood. Oh, my gosh. And then you realize, you're like, oh, there's the girls laying there. And it just, for a moment, I just kind of I paused like I am now. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, it makes it real, right? You know? Anyway, let's see, go back over here. And I also need to where's my volume? Hit this. We're going to turn that volume up. All right, there you go.
Here has been recreated according to the photographs and police documentation. Here we can see how Maddie and Kaylee were positioned, along with both blankets and the 2 pillows. We can also see the splatters on the walls, which indicates the direction that splatters came from.
All right, so did you get that? So that's another thing I had to wrap my mind around, because I'm thinking, because to me, it looks like laser beams going into the girls, and I didn't think about it until she says, it's where the blood splatter comes out. How's the blood splatter? How's this work? And then it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, it was a knife. So imagine that. And it's the up, it's the out. And that, oh, I got cold chills, y'all.
Let's look at how the splatters tell us this information. Here's an example of splatters hitting a floor from a single impact. To find the direction of where it came from, you would draw a line through the tail in the center of the droplet, as illustrated here. The tail is like an arrow pointing in the direction of where it came from, so the source where it came from would be in the opposite direction. Now we'll measure the droplet, which will tell us what angle.
Yes, you following? Do you see why I wanted to share this so much with you guys right now? You see that? The blood splatter. Now look, I was talking to White Rabbit just 15 minutes ago. I was like explaining this video, and I was like, we've watched all the Dexters, and you're watching Dexter, and you're thinking, he's a blood splatter specialist, and but it's a TV show. And you watch and you go, oh, that's neat. That's interesting. I wonder if that's how they really do it. And then it's like, I bet they do stuff like that. That's crazy. And then when you see that and you see the how'd she describe it? As an arrow. The blood splatter goes as an arrow. It's the direction it's coming out of. And the very first thought that came to mind for me, the reason why I'm doing this stream tonight, red Solo cups. Red Solo cups, y'all. That's how they do it in Canton. They put a woman on trial to the first-degree murder, wasn't it? I mean, she was going to spend the rest of her life in prison. Brian Kohberger spent the rest of his life in prison. And you're going to see how the evidence is just shocking. I mean, it's just shocking. And by the way, I want you guys to know, I want to thank Emily C., because without her, I wouldn't know all this stuff. And I sent her Azget's video tonight. And I said, this is crazy. This is crazy. So, wow, this is just awesome. All right. Hang on, wait. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I'll start it without you. Oop. All right. Let's do the old play.
Will the droplet hit the surface at? This is simple math that can be done with a calculator.
Lay back this up a little bit because I want you guys to get
simple math that can be done with a calculator. And I'll surface at. This is measure the droplet, which will tell us what angle the droplet hit the surface at. This is simple math that can be done with a calculator, and I'll show you how. You take the width of 4 millimeters in this case and divide it by the length of 6.8 millimeters. Notice how we exclude the tail and round it off to get the length measurement. Now let's do the calculator work. We enter the width first, 4 millimeters, divided by the length, 6.8 millimeters, and this equals 0.588 in infinity. Now go to the trig function shown here on this calculator, and select the second key.
Trig function is.
This will inverse the sine key, and once you press it, you will have the simple results of the angle that the splatter came from. In this example, it's 36 degrees. Now we'll go back and do that for each droplet. When done with that, we draw our directional line through the center of each droplet. Where all the lines come together is what is called the area of convergence. The last step now is to project our angles off of the center of the droplets, running parallel to its line. Straight up from the area of conversion, where all these angles cross, this is the location of where the splatters came from. I use this.
I don't even know what she's talking about. I might need to fill out an application for the Canton police because this is witchcraft as far as I'm concerned. What is this? How do you figure this out? This is a real thing? I don't know. I didn't know a calculator had a triggy button. Where that red dot is, that's where Brian was standing. Well, they didn't have this with John O Keefe. They don't have this. They don't know the angle he was hit at. If you don't know the angle he was hit at, how can you know he was hit by a car? It's so crazy to me.
This method from the forensic photos and came up with this illustration with blue laser lights shown here.
Oh.
Adding a marker at each location where these lines intersect tell us where the area of violence took place. and this helps us in recreating the event.
By the way, I just want to say I love the term area of violence. Where the area of violence took place. Fabulous verbiage.
Other observations that help us are visual clues, like how the condition of the blankets were left. Let's focus on this area on the blanket here. During Brian Kohberger's attack on Maddie and Kaylee, his knee bunched up the blankets in this area. As he backed off the bed, it left an impression that was clean of any blood splatter. In this crime scene photo, you can see how his knees bunched up the blanket and creased the fabric.
So the reason why I stopped this is because I want you guys, like, when I first saw this, right? I'm thinking, like, it got me because you don't think of, like, you're trying to make this real, right, in your mind. And then when she gets the actual crime scene photo and puts it over her work, and you see how real it is. Navy retired. We just need to call him Dexter, 100%. But this is not just amazing. Amazing is the only thing I know how to say. It's amazing that police forensic scientists have figured this out. It's amazing that a YouTube girl puts a video together like this. This is just we live in a welcome to the 21st century. We don't have hoverboards, but we have amazing videos.
It remained that way untouched until police arrived some 7 hours later. As we inspect the other side of this area, we can see where the knife sheath was left. Here's a photograph of that knife sheath. The length of it was 13 inches long, and the tip was slightly under Maddie's left thigh and hip region. Moving on to the white blanket.
That makes sense.
This item tells us a lot. In observing the blood spatter, we can see that it's only coming from one direction, which is from the head of the bed to the foot of the bed. In addition to this, we can see that there was no blood spatter underneath the blanket.
Mountain Girl, have you seen this? I know y'all, Mountain Girl, she's my babe. I absolutely love this chick. God, we've been friends for a long time. Anyway, Mountain Girl, have you seen this? She's into true crime. That's how I met her. And this came out, I saw this last night, Mountain Girl. It's the Brian Kohberger, the Idaho 4 crime scene recreated in CGI by this girl, Azget Industries. She does amazing work. Oh, wait a second here. That looks so weird having Ceiling Cat right there. Ceiling Cat, you need a shoe. Shoe, Ceiling Cat. Get off the. Okay. Sorry, he's not very well mannered. Anyway, Mountain Girl, this is absolutely fascinating stuff. And I've been doing I've just found out about like the Karen Reed stuff. And it just amazes me when you see that they got their evidence. Their crime scene investigation included red Solo cups for blood analysis.
And the lack of blood splatter, where Brian Kohberger's legs were, tell us that these two blankets were here the entire time. One last point on this. When you remove the blanket and you see the sheet, the lower half of the sheet has no blood splatter on it, and that's because the blanket protected it from blood splatter. This basic evidence review helped investigators to determine that Kaylee was in bed sleeping with Maddie at the time of the attack. Now I'm going to play this animation for you for what's believed to have happened. This is a very mild animation, but if you're sensitive to depictions of crime, you may want to skip this part. This is how Kaylee and Maddie were found.
Yeah, I need to put emphasis on that. So we're getting ready to see a recreation of the violence that happened in Maddie's room. Okay. If you're opposed to that, you have your warning. All right, but we're gonna see it's animated. It looks just like this style of animation, but you're getting ready to see the graphic violence of what happened in that room that night.
But just 1 minute before this moment, they were simply sleeping, and Kohberger was standing over them. He formed a plan in his head, knowing he would have to act fast to attack them both at the same time. And that's what he did. Here's how this is believed to have played out.
And then she starts fighting. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Now I stopped the animation here.
I was going to ask that, Lussels. What was the other girl's name? I can't. It's Kaylee. Sorry. So look at this. 35 seconds is how long the attack lasted. 35 seconds. I'm not going to say anything for 35 seconds. Starting now. $35 seconds. As a creator, that was a long time. It's a lot of dead air. I was just thinking, that's 38 strikes in 35 seconds. This is crazy. Kaylee, wasn't she the one where they said that she took the most violence? That has to be, to me, I think, because she fought back, because she woke up. And even though, I mean, I say even though, her mind, right? Your instincts take over. And she fought her uncontrollably. Like she didn't, I bet you anything. She didn't know what she was even doing. She was just fighting for her life. And that enraged Brian. And so that's why he took it out on her like that. That's just what I was thinking last night. I still think today. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Oh yeah. 38 seconds with a 13-inch knife. Yeah, it's not that long. It's not that long at all. But I'll tell you one thing. Oh, I never thought about this. How much does that knife weigh? Let's say it weighs 8 ounces at least, right? Half a pound. Take a half a pound and I don't mean this in a weird way, but do the striking motion with something that weighs a half pound in your hand and try to do that. Now, don't use a knife, whatever you do, don't use anything you could hurt yourself with. And don't even do this. Don't listen to me. You should listen to other people, not me. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, actor, or I don't do anything. I'm an idiot. Okay. That's the only thing I'm good at. It's idiocy. But try to do that 38 times in 35 seconds. And I bet you what, some of you, because I know it'd probably be me. The next day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be like, why is my shoulder? Why does it hurt? Why is it sore? All of a sudden, that's a lot of weight. Wait a second. Didn't they say that he was using a standard military K-bar? Yeah, I mean it's a yes. So they shared the sheath too. And I'll talk about that afterwards. I could see how they got there. So, hey Stacy, how you doing? Alicia, how are you doing? See, I hate not saying hi to you guys. I hate not interacting. It bothers me.
Because this is the moment Xana came upstairs and interrupted the attack. I'll pick up from there in my next video.
Okay.
Where we will go.
Well, that's what she said. They know it lasted 35 seconds because that was the moment that Xana came in and interrupted the attack. Now, the sheath of that, there was so many, like I could have stopped that every 5 seconds. Oh, hey, Kimberly, Ray, how you doing? There was somebody else I saw. I was really, oh yeah, hey, Mountain Girl, yeah, it absolutely is absolutely insane. She's sharp. I love this Azget Industries. I would I think that'd be a cool interview. I'd be like, why? I mean, what got you into this? And because her content, it's so I look at things differently, right? Like because I'm squirrely. I look at it and I think, okay, why this is the thing, all the news that's happening, and this caught her eye. And I find that fascinating. And she's just very talented, at a computer. And to do that, the amount of work it takes to do, or at least what it used to. I don't know. Now we got AI doing everything, right? She's not doing AI. Okay. This is her own work. But the amount of time and everything it takes to do that in your spare time, holy cow, man, that's amazing. It is. She had a lot of trauma, yes, and it is heartbreaking. And I still don't think there's a motive, right? I mean, you know what? Let me tell you guys a little bit more about it. So, actually, Miami. Melissa J may remember too. So, the Idaho thing happened, right? It happened right after Kylie Rodney. She's a girl went missing. Found her in a lake. That's a whole nother thing. Oh, a mountain girl remembers that. I know that. But anyway, so right after that, I saw this thing like there was like a killing in Idaho, and I remember thinking to myself then, I was like, oh man, like right before Thanksgiving. So then after that, you start seeing so many Stringer Bell, so many unknowns. And that's how it is with everything, Stringer. That's everything on true crime. And then you if you ever trying to find an answer, because I think we all want to try to understand, what makes Charles Manson tick, what made Ted Bundy. And you have to be willing to accept also that it's just evil. It's just evil. What I see. What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? Hey, Iron Rabbit, how are you doing? Oh, you say good evening, okay. And then what'd you say? What is this? I'm just kidding. Of course, expert knows I love him. What happened? Did I miss out on something? I don't know. It's being said that Zaina was the one who screamed someone is here and not Kaylee. So Zaina came from downstairs, right? God, man. So oh, goosebumps again. Wow. That's situational awareness, man. That's something we're all probably really bad at, when we go to stores and stuff. And then to think that in your own house, there are 2 girls that survived. The boyfriend was downstairs. Someone screamed, there's someone in the house. Kohberger has not said anything about the evening, apparently. No, he just complains about his vegetarian meals, from what I hear. But it's so I remember that happening, and that was around the time when I had to take my mom to the hospital. It's been a rough couple of years, the more I think about it. But anyway, uh, I had to. I was staying at the hospital with my mom, and Lost Souls. I saw her. I saw her. I learned about her on Kylie Rodney stuff. I saw her doing the Brian Kohberger stuff, and I would watch her. And to keep up, and I was like, I can't keep up with it anymore. There's just, it's sickening, it's overwhelming, and it's so crazy. But yeah, I remember that. I was, and that's what I was saying, Miami, and maybe Melissa Jane remembers. But it was during this. It was November, December. That whole, I forget what year it was now. It's so crazy. And this is so like this also, like this answers questions I had back then. It's weird. Like it's weird how long trials take and uh, for evidence to come out and everything. And to start seeing things come to conclusions. That's it's just crazy. So the thought of the terror these poor people had to have been feeling makes me cry. I think is everyone's worst nightmare coming true. Um, I mean, don't cry. Don't let yourself get that involved. And I hate to say it. Listen, I am saying this. Yeah, I'm saying this. I said that for this exact. Everything I'm going to tell you is 100% true. I quit doing true crime stuff because I woke up feeling bad one day. And it's like, I think it's like after a missing kid or something like that. It's another one. And I was like, why do I have this weird feeling? There's nothing wrong with me. I just feel bleh. Like the idea of getting on the internet started looking grim and all this stuff, right? And I realized I was like, this isn't me. I just don't like this stuff. I'd rather just be who I am, who you found, who like I am. I want to be the forget about life. Steve Gosney said I reminded him of the Johnny Carson, and I was like, okay. You started watching all these old Johnny Carson videos, and I'm like, oh, like I see what he was saying now. It's the end of the night. You've had a day, and you just want to relax and forget about everything. And I'd much rather do that. But you can't let yourself cry because at that point you're becoming too, you'll make yourself where you don't want to leave the house. I remember thinking to myself when I first started this, I was at a stoplight and I looked over at the car next to me. I was like, that person could be someone crazy you hear about on YouTube. Or just something as simple as that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. And I started looking at people. I started thinking about it while I was out. And I was like, no, it's not worth it. These people have always been around. It's like when there's a school pewing happens, and everybody, the media goes tragically. They get drunk with the tragedy, and you look at it, you go, yeah, but there's 900 and was it? Is there a million? No, 999,999, something like that. There's like 100,000 public schools in America. 99,999. Everybody went home completely safe. You don't ever hear about that, but you focus because they focus on the tragedy and you get sick with it. That's where you gotta take that breath. Don't cry. Don't let Kohberger win. This is the easiest way to say what I'm trying to do. Sorry, 2022. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. People are evil. The devil is strong. All right, the devil is strong. As a true crimer, I read as a crimer. It's crime creative. What she says, I've had to take breaks because they get so heavy. I've watched you take breaks, Lost Souls, and I felt bad for you. Because I it's some harsh stuff, and also something that I don't know if. Oh yeah, It makes you hyper aware of everything. That's why you went to regulatory compliance. Oh, I get that. I understand that. I quit true crime because it was so depressing. Finding experts like a brother fresh air. Thank you. So, because that is something said no woman before. Trust me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's it's it's heartbreaking. It's you want to hear a weird statistic? Whoops, that was a screwdriver, not a big screwdriver, not like a weird screwdriver, but like an eyeglass screwdriver. I don't have eyeglasses, so maybe that is weird. This is a Torx screwdriver. I have a cup of screwdrivers right here. Here's another screwdriver. That's something that you should never say to people while you're covering a true crime thing. You have a cup of screwdrivers. Anyway, I guess working around death every day has made me jaded, says Squid. Yeah, it will. 100% will. Let's see here. Side eyes. But yeah, guys, it's Lost Souls, saying I have to take a break because it gets so heavy. It's wild how you have a lot of people that come in and they'll come into your chat randomly, or they'll there'll be other creators and stuff like that, and they say outlandish things about something you're covering because they have a theory. And they'll think of it, they think because their theory, it's fact. And that's really scary about stuff, is how quickly you can deviate from the facts. And you got to remember, it's just stick with the facts. Stick with the facts. But anyway, so that was the recreation of the Idaho of Maddie's room, victim of Brian Kohberger. And this Azget Industries does an amazing job. I'm trying to get to the next day and night. So one of the things, do I have it up here? Oh, I do. Rock and roll. No, maybe I don't have it yet. We got videos. I go to here. And I have it on my other computer. Other screen. Sorry. It's easier to do this. And then we go to, where did this one go? Oops, no, pause. Okay, good. All right. So now when you see the blood splatter patterns and you see how they triangulate to show you like where it's coming from, the velocity it's going at, where the perpetrator was standing and everything, it's absolutely mind-boggling awesome. You know where my mind went? Red Solo cups, because we've been covering Karen Reed here lately, and it's like, holy cow. Yeah, I've got to compare and contrast. And this is, oh wait, that's not it. Why did I not go over there to it? Sure, that's how it said. There we go. Okay, cool. This is the same girl. So here's Azget. Why are both of these being shared? Weird. And we go here. So this is a year and a half ago. Oh gosh, 2 years ago almost. She did this, and this is John O Keefe being hit by an SUV. It is. I saw it when it came out, and wait, did I spell it wrong? Did I say spatter? Did I say what am I supposed to say? King Bob, what am I supposed to say? Did I say it backwards? I take a break from true crime by visiting experts channel. Thank you, Kimberly. Oh, that also reminds me. I haven't seen Iowa in a while. She hunts. lot of people, I can't keep up with everybody right now, and I apologize for that. A lot of stuff's happening. So, anyway, part of my issues, I always have to know where the exits are. Absolutely, you have to know where the exits are. 100%. Mitchell's awesome. Mitchell keeps it real. Absolutely, 100%. Everyone has one, and they all think. I thought it was everyone has one. Nobody wants to hear about yours. Oh, I didn't see this. My law clinic supervisor told me not to go into probate law because I would probably have to build an addition to my house for all the people I'd bring home. So glad I took her advice. Oh, yeah, probate. Man. Gosh, that's, I'm just gonna say this. If you have any like children or anything, if you want anything of your estate to be, hang on a second. Everybody has this image, I believe, that when you pass away or like a loved one passes away, something like that everybody in the family is all going to come together and they're all going to have wonderful memories and, start spending time together and be like, I'm so, ever since grandma passed, I'm so glad that at least I got my brother, my cousin, my uncle, or my niece, whatever, back in my life. And then you start studying probate, wills and trust, and all that stuff, and you realize, no, it is where'd it go? It is a big fat baker sticker. No, it's not like that at all. What ends up happening is that somebody dies, and then it's like a race to get out of their house and take that thing that's Aunt Maddie always was jealous of, like, well, I deserve to inherit this or get this back. It is awful. So I always told people, I still go by it. If you love your children, make sure you have a will. Yeah, probate also sucks. Law is not sexy. All right, where'd I go? I just blanked out for a second. I started looking at the chat. I was like, wait a second, there's other stuff I wanted to show. I'm not used to actually being excited about content. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, y'all. This is so goofy. You know what? All you have to do is just change where I am on the screen. Now we're going to see, this is the imaging, and I haven't seen this in 2 years either. So it'll be like the first time. That's how it works, right? If you haven't in 2 years, it's just like the first time, I think. Oh, volume.
Car. If you like my work, I'd really love it if you go to my TikTok shop and find something you might like. This will go a long way in helping me continue to do this work. But if you can't, that's fine. And I just hope you enjoy the videos and continue to watch.
Please subscribe, she says.
Authorities believe John O Keefe was hit by Karen Reed's car. It caused him to be thrown through the air,
John,
tumbling in such a way that when he hit the ground, he hit his head, causing serious injury. They showed some evidence of a broken taillight and some personal items of John's found at the scene. Looking at a model to illustrate the injuries, we heard in testimony that John sustained injuries to his arm, the eyes, and the back of his head. Let's look at the injuries to the arm. As a vehicle backs into John, we can see how the taillight would strike the side of his arm, breaking into sharp pieces and cutting him. Moving to this dent indicated in red, it's believed that this is where the glass John was holding hit the vehicle and shattered. Here's a photo of the prosecution's belief that this dent represents where the glass had hit the vehicle. Continuing with the prosecution's theory, John is hit and thrown into the air. When he comes back down, he strikes the back of his head, causing serious injury. This type of head injury will cause black eyes, commonly referred to as raccoon eyes. All of this seems possible, but there's a lot of missing things that don't make sense. For
You don't
instance,
say.
the lack of
Oh
injuries
my
being
gosh,
shown
hold
here
on a
in
second.
red.
Hold on a second. I gotta
You would
stop.
expect to see
Wait, I'm
many
on the wrong
injuries,
thing.
some on the
I'll
hips,
pause it.
the
I'll
elbows,
bring it
the
back.
shoulders, and the rib.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. Wait, it doesn't always work that way. Greed seems to raise his ugly head. 100% true. 100%. Talking about probate. I'm sitting here watching this, y'all. And I thought all of a sudden it was like that 35-second thing. I was like, wait a second, why am I quiet? What's happening? And then I was like, I'm saying in my mind, when she's like the dent, this is what the prosecution used to look at the dent. And I was like, that doesn't even look like the same thing. It doesn't look like what it should look like to me. I don't have rose-colored glasses that looks at the whole Karen Reed thing, in the way like I wanted the outcome to come. I'm just like, it just doesn't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. All right, sorry, I messed that up. Let me rewind this a few seconds. All right, let's see. Even we go to boop.
For instance, the lack of injuries being shown here in
So that was the thing. She says a lot of things don't make sense.
red. You would expect to see many injuries, some on the hips, the elbows, the shoulders, and the rib cage. Especially if your ribs and arm were hit with such force that you were knocked out of your shoes and thrown 20 feet to the ground.
So that is she's representing what it should look like if you're hit by a car. Does she do one for Zana's room like she did for Mike's? Yes, Lost Souls. And she said she's dropping that one on March 14th. Right? I think she said. So it'll be like the 15th or 16th or something like that. Probably. That makes sense. Yeah, everything goes to probate. Well, that's the whole thing about having a will and stuff. Is like the intent. Because if you don't write one in Tennessee, if you don't write a will, the state will write one for you. But the problem is that. But here's the thing about probate. That for like my feelings, I don't know, Amy. How do you feel? I probate is because you have families just not doing the family thing. How you doing, Island? Wait, hold on. I looked down. I see Amy. I just saw that, and this is what I saw. Look, hold on. A big guy didn't have a sweatshirt on. And in my mind, it translates to a fat guy without a shirt on. I got lost. This happens to me, y'all. This is why I don't read the chat. All right, sorry. Let's go back. So this is what it would look like from car entries, right?
It's also the lack of evidence on the clothing. There's no abrasions, scrapes, tears, or stains that would indicate sliding on the ground. I personally question that a glass in one's hand could cause this pattern of dents and chipped paint. After all, the hand surrounds the glass like a layer of padding, and the speed is no more than tossing a softball 12 feet into the air and letting it hit the ground.
Now do what? The speed of the object when it hits the ground will be approximately 21.88 miles per hour. So you take a softball. Oh, I love that she has. Who is this? Back here that was kept going to the door supposedly. What was her name? What's her name? I can't think of the Albertsons. Sorry.
Lastly, this is presumed to have happened at 12:40 a.m. At this time, Jennifer McCabe was diligent in seeing John O Keefe, standing at the front door and watching for him. Even seeing him, she texts him to park behind her.
What'd you say?
The front door and watching for him. Even seeing him, she texts him to park behind her.
Wait, she saw him? I don't know that. I never paid attention to that. Hey, Susie Q, my family's more than welcome to fight over my debt when I pass. Yes, right? She texted him? Hey, Miss Divine, how you doing? What's happening, babe? Did I know this? I don't think I knew this. I don't think I knew this at all. I feel weird because I don't, you know what? So I have seen this video before, but like, there's like 6 more of them, and I feel weird because I'm like, I don't know if I should watch them or not. You know, I have to, I have to wait till Emily says it's okay. Hey, grass is green enough. How you doing? Yes, yes. Oh, you know her. That's so awesome. Yes, does an amazing job. Absolutely amazing. I love this chick. I would love to have her, interview or something. But I mean, she just it's funny. You talk about being a content creator. She actually produces content. She has an amazingly she has like 19 videos. And you watch, like, you see how many views they get. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, right. Beijing Emily C. Emily, can I watch this? Excuse me, Miss Emily, can I watch this? Hey Danielle, how you doing? What? Have a little faith in your peeps expert. They've never let me down. They've never let me down, Miss Define. Never. That's a fact. I love how she's so detailed about it. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. So like when you start watching it, she goes one way, and then it's like she goes, but however, I have when she says however, the way she says it, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's awesome. She's getting ready to do it her style. Willis, how you doing, dude? What's happening? I was thinking about you today, man. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Will, what's up, my man? Just got here. Hi, T42. Yeah, thank you, T. Yeah, y'all go check her out. I mean, it's let's see, hang on. How do I do what I'm thinking? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How to do what I'm thinking. All right, so if I shrink this and I go back to geek. So see, like this is all the stuff she has. Like this are the Karen Reed stuff. So it's like there's the murder trial, episode 1 and episode 2. The Joe Paul. I do not know Joe Paul, and that is one that Emily is very excited about going over with me. And then, but of course, this one here, the being hit by the SUV, I have seen that one. So that's what we just watched. But you guys, I mean, she's got. Look at this stuff. I don't know Sonia Massey. Oh, and this is the Thomas Crooks. Who's Thomas Crooks? Which one's Thomas Crooks? She's got the attempted assassination on Trump. What's this one? Yeah, it's the same one. And then there's that. And then this was her first one, the Titan submersible. So this is the first one. Here, I'm going to play this for you guys to show you. This is what got me addicted.
Hi, everyone. As you know, I do 3D modeling, and I did a little project of the submersible submarine that went missing a few weeks ago. If you like my work, give me a follow. This incident occurred on June 18th, with you, I turned that up as a submersible was descending to the Titanic, more than 2 miles deep.
Now, I'll be honest with you. When Azget, when I first saw this, and she said she does 3D modeling, I was thinking, oh, like a Twitch girl. So, yeah, it was. I don't even remember what was it. It was. Oh, actually, you know what? I probably should email him. We should. Would you ever be interested in talking about stupid stuff like drama? Oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, because I saw someone, I was like, well, this is why I think this dude, he doesn't do any of this stuff, man. He just has a good time. It's so hard to find someone who's that way. Anyway. All right, so this is the Titan submersible. This is what got me to ask us.
But it's actually very small, and we are going to take it apart and see how it was built.
I believe pressure.
In this illustration, you can see how small the submersible really is with the 5 people inside.
Look, I'm a billionaire. I'm going to go right in
4 days after the submersible went missing, tank. Debris was found on the ocean floor, verifying the submersible had imploded. Let's look at what they recovered off the ocean floor so far. Here's the tail section, and what's interesting is how this is still relatively intact, even though there was this catastrophic implosion. You'll see this with other parts as well, and I'll try to explain why this is the case. Here's the front dome, which had a porthole window that the passengers can look out of. The dome was bolted to a titanium ring that was also salvaged off the ocean floor.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm a billionaire. I'm looking at this little porthole like an idiot. What are you doing? You're a billionaire. Like, go drive Ferraris and date supermodels. No, I'm going to ride a hot water tank that's put together with duct tape, and super glue down to the bottom of the ocean. I mean...
Here's a photo of the leg support system being lowered onto the dock. One of the last large things recovered so far is this panel that goes on the tail of the submersible. Here in this example, you're seeing the port side, but the part recovered here is a starboard side panel. Let's see how the ring was attached to the carbon fiber pressure hull. Here in this cavity, glue applied and spread all the way around. The carbon fiber end was then inserted into this cavity. Let's look at a cross-section of these two items. Here in red, you're seeing where the glue bonded the two items together, one being titanium and the other being carbon fiber.
It bonded.
Both having completely different compression properties. Pressure is what causes things to compress, and at the depth of the Titanic, a 4-foot square area would represent 3 million pounds of pressure. Here you can see how the carbon fiber compresses, and the titanium still does nothing. After going through many cycles of compression like this, the carbon fiber will begin to delaminate, lose its strength, and implode from the extreme pressures. Here's what that might look like. For scale, let's add in the 5 mannequins. Now in this implosion, you would not be able to see things bending or starting to fail. Here's an example of how fast it would be in a split second with a countdown clock. The last thing I wanted to show are the parts that were recovered so far that we know of. There are more parts that were recovered that we just can't see because they were in bags, but this is a pretty good percentage of the ship so far.
Thanks for watching. Everybody that's in there, right there in the middle.
What you're about to see is something the public...
Anymore. We're not watching anymore. Sorry. So, yeah. That was Azget's first one. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, it was so great at the time. But now talking about that thing, the Titan submersible. So, I know somebody, Navy, go figure, right? And I contacted him when that happened. I was like, so what do you think happened? And he was like, nothing's left. And if you guys, I forget the name of the Navy submarine, like in the 60s, imploded. And it was, there's nothing there. I mean, it is the amount of pressure that the ocean puts on stuff. And this is what's so amazing to me. It's like, there's fish swimming around down there. But we can't put a submarine down that far. It's wild, crazy. And he was like, the pressure is so intense that like it heats up to like, I forget how many degrees. And he said everything in there there's nothing left. It completely vaporizes. And I was like, that's weird. I mean, it's so, I don't know. Anyway, I also remember, what's the guy's name? Did that movie on the Titanic? Terminator guy? James Cameron. James Cameron's been down there like a dozen times to go see the Titanic. Well, James Cameron's another idiot billionaire, but he's an idiot in like he believes in like blue people on different planets. Like that just like he jumped the shark with that. He topped out at True Lies. He jumped the shark with the Smurf movie. Anyway, he was they found on video him. He was going down, and his submarine made a pop sound, and he goes, "Oh, that wasn't good." But he is okay. Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah, he was down there, right? Then he did something. I don't know what it was, but they're green people. Ooh, now we know why Zach can't fly an airplane. Edward Swink, how you doing? I really miss you guys in the chat. I only do this. Hey, Vegas Rick, how you doing? The Thresher. There you go. Do you guys know that Vegas Rick? This is a true, honest God story. Okay, he taught himself how to engineer a train. Like engineer a train, being the pilots of trains are engineers. Yeah, it's weird. He was telling me all about it, and he found videos on it, and then he got there's a manual you have to pass. You have to read the manual, take the test, be able to pass it, and all that stuff. Anyway, he did the whole thing. He's like, yeah. I was like, why'd you do that? He said, I don't know, in case I ever need to pilot a train. Yeah, I'm going to go right off the rails with that one. Okay, I'm gone. I don't think I've ever been on a train. Have I ever been on a train? I have never. Oh, duh. I've been on the Dollywood train. That counts. It actually is a real train. Yeah. They probably heard. The last I heard was they probably heard some crunchy. It was so bad. Some crunchy. They heard some crunchy. Yeah, but anyway, hey Courtney, how you doing? I don't know. I get a little mod happy every once in a while. Don't worry. I think I'm going to take them all. I always take the wrenches away at New Year's. I think I'm going to do it after Dollywood this year. We're going to start all over. It's going to be a whole new thing. After Dollywood, I may not be the expert. I may be His Excellence, His Awesomeness. I don't know. I have to think something Greek or not Greek. Greek, they get weird. Something definitely though Latin. Latin's the language of love, and it's dead. Coincidence? I don't know. The curious one. The next bird. Hey, you can be the next bird. You want to take this over? Mrs. Vaughn, I'll give you the whole operation. It's all yours. You want to do this? Oh, it's fun. It really is. Theater, April 10th, 1963. Oh, Thresher. God, I can't read. Maybe I'm having a stroke or something. That's why I can't do any of this stuff. But anyway. Yeah, train pilot, man. A train pilot. Captain, a train captain. Wait a second. Why are you called a captain on a ship and on a plane? But on a plane, you're a pilot. Are you a ship pilot too? Why are ships and planes the same thing? I just now realized this. These are random thoughts I usually have. Airplanes are fake because the Earth is flat. Earth is flat. David Jones playing catch up and have smashed the like for you. Thank you. Excuse me. You're treacherously hip. Come on, let's just go. David Jones. Wait. I think I'm gonna have to get back on Mucinex tonight. Davy Jones. It's funny that Davy Jones is here when we're talking about ship pilots, and Davy Jones has a locker. I never saw that movie, by the way. I do know the reference, but I never saw the movie. Is that Somali thing? And wasn't that the one where like the Navy SEALs came in and they landed on the ship and they took over? Or was that Captain America Winter Soldier? Well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're all gone. When Zach comes to Dollywood, I'll give him a parting gift of a 10mm wrench, which in American is 4/10 or 2/5. But yeah, I'll give him a parting gift. Be like, there you go. And I'll also be sure I'm going to tell Valhalla too. Like, maybe, I gave Valhalla a wrench, a real live wrench one time. I'll tell him to bring and give to you. No, I don't want you to show me your wrench. That's you. Hey, listen, Zach, that is not for me. That's when you go up there and you recreate. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. When you do your recreation of that dance. Oh. All the wrenches are gone. They're all going to become shields. Zach may have had too much caffeine. I'll tell you what, I could use some caffeine. Only reason I'm going to Dollywood is to see Zach's wrench. So I'll give it to you. You can have it. Shizzy took my wrench. I love him anyways. Well, I mean, what you guys do, you do. That's cool, man. I understand you're from Texas. I understand it's different down there. I've never been to Texas for a reason. Last time in Tennessee and went to Texas, y'all killed him. Miss you, Davey. Miss you, brother. Davy Crockett, ladies and gentlemen. King of Tennessee. Hey, Foxy, how you doing? Oh. I have, you know what? I have a micro wrench. I couldn't tell you where it is. I lost it. Can't believe that, could you? Oh, wait a second. I might be able to show you one. I'll show you one. I'll show you my small wrench. Oh, wait, is it a wrench? No, those are pliers. Do pliers count? I have small pliers too. I have a thing for micro tools. It's the weirdest thing. I like really high. Oh, wait a second. Where'd it go? Oh, hey, here we are. Look a little. Well, let's see, they're small. Let me pull them up like that. See how small they're? This is a water pipe wrench. Do I have a water pipe? No. I don't have any. I don't lay any pipes stuff. Like, I don't have any of the pipe stuff. I don't do pipes. Oh, no, I take it back. One time I did do a pipe. I had to go underneath the house. Oh, that was horrible. But there's a thing called, it's a shark coupler. I use that, and I use, the thing to get is, how did I discover that happened? So we had a kitchen sink. You guys know I'm talking about, like, kitchen sink, right? And what's happening? It's not. It's 5 inches. This is a 5-inch wrench. Oh, I should get one for Baker because he doesn't know inches. That's a good idea, Willis. I have a 4-inch. I have one of those. It's black. Oh, this one's black. Why did I get the black one? I like colors, so I usually try to stay away from black. Yeah, the pipe. I'm so glad you reminded me. So you have a kitchen sink. You guys are familiar with those? And like, I don't know how, but like it got holed. There's a hole in the pipe underneath the house, and so I had to go under there. No bueno, no bueno. I do not like crawl spaces. Crawl spaces look like places that rats and snakes and spiders and bats would all be in, and I don't want any of those things. So I get a gun and I go underneath the house, and sure enough, it's shooting out water. I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks. So then I have to go back out and I go, one of the things, you guys are gonna love this. This is a great story. This is my Superman story. Okay, this it interloops. Superman story. Don't know where, don't know when, don't know why. Well, I know why. You guys know how to cut off the water to your house, the main water thing. And this is not the time when I was a hero with my wrench or with my pipe thingy, my piper. What did he call those things? I don't know. Pipe wrench, maybe. There's a tool you put on the thing out in your yard, and you can crank it, and I'm doing this motion. You just crank it, and it just cuts off the water to the house. We had major water problems, and my wife's like, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I just cool as a cucumber. I went straight to where the water pipe cutoff wrench was. Keep it in the original packaging. Have it hanging up right now, though. I couldn't tell you where it is. I can tell you where it should be. Should be in the closet going out to the garage. But anyway, I grab that thing and I walk out. She has no idea what I'm doing. No, she's never seen this before. You have to put this thing together. If you guys have ever seen one, it's weird. And I pop the thing up and I put it on there, and the water stops running. And she's like, "How'd you do that?" I said, "Skills." Anyway, so I'm under the house. Yeah, it was all about cutting the water off. Cut the water off. But then I go into the house. I see it's like a copper piping, and it's like a pinhole. It's spraying at you. Whatever. I hate that. Oh gosh, so freaky. That's also my Lowe's bucket story. I don't trust Lowe's buckets, but not that there's anything wrong in particular. It's the lightweight buckets. I actually have the big heavy duty Yeti bucket because I am pro quality bucket. People are like, "Why do you need a $30 bucket? They're $5 at Lowe's." I'm like, If you ever had a bucket fail on you, it's gonna fail in the worst time possibly can. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm under the house. I see this thing. I'm like, son of a gun, how am I gonna fix that? I don't know I don't play with pipes. I'm not a piper. Even though I wear my pants like a plumber, I'm not one of those dudes. So, what I did? I glued it. I turned the water off, dried it, put super glue on it. Stop the holing, the hole. Stop spewing out water. So that stayed on there for probably like a couple months, maybe, before I found the coupling thing. Because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know a plumber. Got a plumber. There was a ridiculous price. It was like they want $100 to come out and look. I was like, it's a pinhole, water hole in a copper pipe. I just need that little piece of pipe. I thought it had to be welded. And then I found out about like the shark tooth. It's a coupler that goes on your pipe. So you cut the pipe off. I have a pipe cutter. It's a miniature pipe cutter, by the way. Pocket. You can cut pipe in your pocket and put it on there. And you probably use those things for, Anyway, so then I'm left with the pipe. Put the coupler on. And like every good American, sold the house. So there you go. That's my shark bite. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. It's the shark bite. All those things are awesome. I hope the guy that invented that is worth billions of dollars. I hope he is sitting wherever he wants to be sitting, just chilling out. And he's like, you know what? I hope he is like hanging out at the plumber bar, wherever plumbers hang out at. And it's just like, he's just like a god in his world. He is awesome. That the shark bite makes idiots seem like superheroes. Oh, they are awesome. Sold the house. Got rid of it. Inspection guy came. He approved it. The end. How you doing, Scott? Yeah, the plumber bar. I'll tell you what, that's probably where I should. I don't think we have one. I don't even know we have plumbers anymore. So we had plumbers, then we got Californians. Sorry, California. But it's true. It's true. So anyway, what else is happening? Y'all, I serious moment. Oh gosh, there's a lot of serious moments. I don't want to get that serious. So I'm just gonna focus on me. Man, I tell you what, like yesterday I got up at 9:30 and I did not sit down until 8:30. I mean, I sat down, I'm driving, I'm doing things like that. But this morning, man, it came hard. Oh, it was so hard. And it's like, you wake up and it's just, you're like, oh, this is so hard. Why am I doing this? Like, what's happening? And it was horrible. Last night after I streamed last night, I had 2 of those Little Caesars pizza cupcakes. Now, I'm going to say they reheated amazing, okay? They were juicy. Juicy is the word I'm going to use. I'm not going to say that it was liquid fat, but oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh, they were so good. I was just craving it. So that was last night. After stream I ate, and then like I just started. I was like, I told somebody, I was like, I can't internet anymore. I gotta go. And I couldn't I couldn't figure anything out. I don't remember my head hitting the pillow, which is weird, guys. That's really weird for me. Today, all I could think about was sleeping, and I think I slept. We were watching a TV show and I fell asleep, which I'm so happy for. It was a few minutes, but I got really excited because I wanted to share with you guys that video. Go over that. That was every once in a while I get an idea for good, something I really like. That's real. That's real. Instead of like, this whole I was like indigenous. I'm indigenous. What does that mean? I have all my digits. Is that what you're talking about? I didn't use the pipe cutter on a digit. Is that were you going back to that? Side eyes? I'm so confused. Wait, hold on. What? Baker's gonna oblige. What's he doing? Whose sister are you going after? What? Big hairy Greek with a 20-year sentence. Sign you up. Oh, Texas, y'all. Texas. Indigestion. Oh, that means heartburn. No, my heart was good. My heart's in good shape. That's the positive thing. My heart's in good shape. But I am. Oh, most of Jane's playing Mario Kart. That's awesome. But I'm in bad shape. Holy cow. So I told the wife all this before the stream. I was like, I realize now that like it's weird. I can't believe it's March. And then I started thinking, I was like, what was it? It'd be 4 months. What is today? Say the 10th. So 8 months ago, I started going to the hospital, staying out with my mom. And sitting there, like, it's funny because like I've gained a lot of weight since she passed away. And that's stress. Like I gain weight when I get stressful. But I did not realize Like I thought like I was getting more steps than I was getting. I was getting more steps in when I was walking to the hospital and stuff, all that all the time. But I evidently sitting there all day, right? It wears on you in a way that you don't realize. I mean, eh, I realized that today after yesterday. I mean, I was just so I had yesterday. I had my dad everywhere, right? And come back, went and got fertilizer and stuff, and then went, spread the fertilizer, spread the grass seed. I forgot, man. I just it was weird. I remember last night when I was like, I can't do anymore. And then I came in and set up a stream. And, and White Rabbit reminded me, she said, I mowed the back while you're doing that. And she did. Like she mowed um the back, the bad part, right? The big part. And I was like, oh yeah, and you feel fine. Just deteriorating, just completely deteriorating. My body is. So it's 31026 USA Earth. I love that, Mitchell. That's awesome. That is awesome. Wait, hold on. What? Digits in this? What? Willis, have a good night, brother. Stay safe, man. Stay safe. Oh, yeah, I do have to do that. I do have to do that. Thank you. Oh, crud. Why didn't she tell me that before all this? Well, I just know good. Anyway, hey, Amy, did you ever figure out the DM thing? Because I know I'm an idiot 99% of the time, but I didn't know. I can't remember. I know I was trying to help you, and that was probably horrible. But anyway, sorry. When is the next coin pusher stream? I don't know. Today's Tuesday. Gosh, man, I gotta feel better in the morning. I need some Gatorade. And here's something else, Kimberly. It doesn't have. We can do these things anytime. Can you guys hear that? There's a dog on the other side of the door scratching at like their ear or something, right? And their foot's hitting the door. And so it's like but yeah, we can do stuff like that like anytime. And that's you just remind me that things I've been thinking about and forgotten about. I need to keep a notebook here at my desk, but I'll lose it if things walk away. What's that? Oh, yeah, I will lose this in a second. Have you seen my 5-inch pipe wrench? It's a water tank wrench. That's what it is. Water tank, I think. That was a weird sound. Anyway, no, not the tails of the scratch. Yeah. Sounds like rain. Oh, yeah, that was totally it. The stress of caring for a sick parent takes quite a toll on one's body, heart, and soul. They will all come back as you begin to live again. Thank you, Amy. It's Jess, thank you for helping her with that. Yeah, Amy, it's so I saw a person today, and last time I saw him, I told him, about my mom, right? And I didn't know that they had had a loss and all that stuff. And we were talking about that today. And she looked great. I told her, I was like, you look absolutely incredible. Like she's lost weight. her skin looked like, had the like just like a glowing look about it. Just everything looked better about it. Didn't have like the I don't know, just her whole face. Yeah, this is bad. This is so bad. She used to have like her face was kind of depressed looking. Does that make sense? Like depressed is in like the actual word depressed. That was a horrible thing to say. Anyway, it didn't look that way anymore. She looked really good. I was like, oh, look, you really improved. So I said that to somebody today. Oh my gosh. It didn't sound bad until I said it again out loud. Wow, you look like hell. You look a lot better. Anyway. She started working out. That was her real thing. She said it's an hour of me time. I was like, I get you. I get you for that. T42, thank you so much for the memberships. Yes, y'all. By the way, memberships. Friday Night Live is in the members only thing. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff too. Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 T, I was getting ready. I went a little bit longer. Okay. Well, that's not T. She's cool. That's longer, I think. I mean, right? Anyway, I know it's a long wiggle. Okay. But you should be proud of me that what happened was it's like, oh, I got a nerd and I was eating it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to come back and be like, oh, I can't talk because I've got this nerd in my mouth. I was actually thought ahead. So. None, yeah. Ow, I bit my tongue. Oh, I'm being a nerd. I wasn't going to do that. Sometimes there's jumping in your mouth. Dunya, how you doing? Expert. Follow her example. You know your mom wants you at your breast. Oh, yeah, I said that. 100% I said that. My mom be so mad at me if she thought that I let myself deteriorate for her. Not weird. I'm not blaming her. It's myself. It's my own thing. I can't handle priorities. Because you don't really want me around you. Your life is gonna be your whole life is gonna be like this if you're around me. Sometimes it's fun. Most of the time, I don't know. Yay for that water tank submarine. What's happening? That's a behind the toilet wrench. Oh, man. I tell you what, I did actually change the toilet one time. That's not happening again. No way. No. Or maybe you don't make yourself a priority. I don't have time for that. Y'all, I still have messages need to go out to people. And when I say messages that need to go out to people, there are people that look, y'all, I'm serious. I really do worry about you guys. I mean, I don't sit there and worry all the time, right? But I don't like to think like you guys or anybody sick or, having a rough time, something like that. I don't like thinking that. And when I find out what's going on, I always try to reach out to those people. I now have a second list of replies I need to make. First one is to just a lot of people that have some messages. Second one is people that had rough times lately. I'm so bad. Everything about me is bad. Listen, guys, I had a good night. Thank you so much. Like I said, I was just going to rush through this. I didn't think I was going to stream today, and then I remembered I found those things, and I was like, "This is going to be awesome." Because how do you find out the angle of the dangle of the SUV if you don't know where Brian Kohberger was standing? That makes sense, right? Love you guys.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.